I know this thought came up a little while ago because I know when I was thinking about, of course, my own life and what I've been through and what I want to make of myself. I guess I put it that way as well. I realized that I can either be bitter and angry and upset and not liking anything and not grateful for anything that I've accomplished so far, or I can keep growing and keep getting better and move forward. And like I said, I know I'm not the only one who's thought about this or who has lived this or been through this or is even bitter right now. I guess I put it that way as well. Because I know I used to be bitter about different things actually. Very upset because I'm like, okay, these folks got this. I know I'm way smarter, way better, way whatever the case may be. But I'm like, okay, why I ain't got this life or their life? I guess I put it that way. And like I said, I know I'm not the only one who's thought about things like that or said those types of things about people that we see, whether it's online, the neighbors, whoever it is, somebody at work, whatever it is. But what I know is that everybody has their own individual values, beliefs, calling, talents, gifts, all those types of things, and the way that they move and do business as well. And what I know is everybody's story is not the same as my story. And my story is not the same as their story. So I have no idea what they've been through to get what they got. And like I said, while I was sitting up there all bitter and all upset and all jealous and all angry and all this kind of stuff, I had to realize that why am I doing that? What is the reason behind all that? Is it because I want the life that they have? That was the case. But what I realized is that I have to start creating whatever type of life I think I can create in order to get the things that I want. I guess I put it that way as well. Like I said, I had to realize that being bitter, what was the point of being bitter? It wasn't hurting them, wasn't hurting nobody else. It was just hurting me. Me going throughout my day, angry, upset, wondering when it's be my turn, wondering why they got this and they ain't even halfway smart, or whatever the case may be. I'm hating on these people, or I don't care, I don't even want to watch that no more because they doing this, they doing that. I'm not doing it yet, so I don't care. And I have said those things out of my mouth, believe it or not. Like I said, the Tonetta you see today is not the Tonetta that always was. I had to grow into who you see today. And I'm sure you have to do the same thing as well, or have already done the same thing as well. People only see you at a certain stage in life, but like I said, definitely once you grow into that life and grow into to the person that you're trying to become, you're somebody totally different, just like me. Like I said, I was definitely upset about these folks having this and these folks having that. I haven't got this. Y'all, I had a let me see, what is this, 2026? I had never had a newer car. I've never had a brand new car, so I can't say brand new. But the car I have now is a 2017. That's the newest car that I've ever had. And I used to always have these old school cars. Damn, well, I ain't gonna say the same age as I am, but like 70s, 80s, 90s cars until this hadn't been that long ago, actually. Probably about the last maybe 8 years, maybe, I guess. And I used to always, of course, hear comments about, oh, look at her car. Why is she driving the car like that? Ain't she a social worker? Don't she got paychecks? And don't she make money, that kind of thing? Yes, I did, actually. But like I said, in my mind, I'm like, okay, I was feeling, of course, feeling bad about it sometimes, embarrassed by my car, pulling up to places, parking way down the street and all this kind of stuff. Like I said, yeah, I was angry about it. Very angry about it. 'Cause I'm like, okay, they got new cars. Why can't I get one? Like I said, I had to grow out of that bitterness and that anger about judging myself against everybody else. Because I have no idea what they went through to get what they got. Like I said before. And like I said, it wasn't, I don't know the years, day, time, that kind of thing. This been several years ago, many years ago, but still, I still went through those things too. Some of y'all may be out there struggling with that as well. Bitter and upset and angry about the way your life has turned out right now and trying to figure out why in the world is it this way when I'm constantly working hard, but getting nowhere. I said the same thing. And I had to realize that the reason why it seemed like I was working hard, and at least for me, and not getting anywhere, because I was doing the same things over and over again, expecting a different result. Doing the same things over and over again. Going to work, getting up, doing this, going to sleep, going eating food, going to bed, driving my car. The same things day in, day out. I didn't switch anything up. I didn't try to include anything that I can learn new that can increase my skills and my abilities and my talents. I did none of that in the beginning. This is, like I said, this has been years ago, but still, I had to learn that in order for me to have a different result, I had to learn and do something different. Mainly it was to learn something different. Whether it was learning how to, of course, get the licenses to have a legal baking business at home, or whether it was learning how to create candy bouquets. I did that back in the day too. Whether it was learning how to create the events, to have parties and that kind of thing. Whether it was learning business, because I had nobody that I can ask about business. So I had bought all these, I should have brought the books up here. I have, all these business books. And of course, applying different things that I saw fit in my business, in my life, and that kind of thing too, to start creating that change. I realized that I couldn't continue to be bitter and upset and angry. Like I said before, I wasn't hurting nobody but me. I was stunting my own growth, for one. Definitely so. Because I was so worried about them and worried about them and worried about them. I'm like, okay, I'm so worried about them. I'm not even working on myself or doing anything at this point. And like I said, I had to realize that I had to do something totally different. Not totally different, but like I said, learn different things in order to, of course, improve myself to make myself better. Because otherwise, I just live in misery and be upset and depressed and mad and all this kind of stuff. And that wasn't the life that I wanted at all. And thank you for tuning in. Is it Ali Riza? And is it Will Mason? Ferry, I guess, and William Mason. Like I said, thank you. Yes, I'm definitely fine. My day was good, y'all. I facilitated a support group today for caregivers, and of course, just finished working. I put it that way. I'm just now getting off a little while ago, so had dinner and all that already. So I'm doing great today. Like I said, I'm just definitely telling y'all about, like I said, some of the things that I used to think and used to do, and how I tried to change those things. And what I did to change those things. Because like I said, I did used to be bitter. I used to be upset. This person got a better life and blah, blah, all these types of things. But like I was just saying, I realized that in order for me to have the life that I want, I have to start learning different skills. No matter whether that was business skills, life skills, personal development, whatever type of skills that I saw fit in my own life in order to, like I said, in order to create the change that I wanted to see in my own life. I would have never started the baking business if, of course, I didn't think I could start that baking business. And if I didn't learn how to, of course, bake and to figure out how to make that business legal, all that type of stuff, how to make money, all those types of things. I had to learn all those things. And I told myself years ago, I wasn't going to continue to stay in the same spot, just sitting up here being angry and mad and upset and depressed and all this type of thing. I had to make changes in order to make my life a lot happier than what it was. Yes, I came from a crazy, traumatic, parents on drugs. Father was very abusive towards my mom just about every day. All types of trauma and chaos and that type of thing. And I knew that wasn't where I wanted to live my life, or how I wanted to live my life. Like I said, I had to start making changes little by little, and I guess since a little kid, actually, in order to, of course, create some type of life that I can be proud of. I'm still working on some of those things right now, actually. Still creating a life that I know that I can be proud of, because I want to travel full time at some point. So I'm still working on that one, I guess I put it that way as well. No, I'm not bitter or angry, that type of thing right now, but back in the day, yeah, I definitely was. And like I said, I think back now, thinking like, I guess just thinking back, like, okay, why in the world did I even do that? Like I said, I know that I stunted my own growth. And I'm hoping that you understand that while you listen to this video, that if this is applying to you or this message applies to you, like I said, definitely take it to heart. And let me know in the comments, have you ever been bitter in your life as well? And but if you want to share with me, share your story. If you want like a small synopsis of your story, if you feel comfortable doing so. Because like I said, you're not the only one who've had some bitterness, some anger of somebody else's life, and they have this, I don't have that type of thing. Jealousy and comparison can definitely ruin a good day and ruin your life as well. And like I said, I had to learn how to stop doing those things. I barely even scroll now. When I'm on social media and stuff like that, not saying I don't comment on people's posts. Yes, I do still comment. I just don't scroll, not even probably past 10 minutes, actually. That's all I scroll, I guess, for real. Probably not even that. Because I don't want to see all this, whatever's going on with their life, that type of thing. I'm trying to focus on me and my life and trying to get things together in these neck of the woods. And I know that if I keep scrolling, here comes that comparison again. Oh, this person has that. Oh, that person has this. Oh, that person traveled here. Oh, that person traveled there. Why haven't I got there yet? So like I said, I had to train myself to stop scrolling. And just to not do it. Because like I said, I'd rather continue to move forward and do what I need to do in my life instead of comparing myself to everybody else, being bitter, being angry, wondering why I ain't got this and they got that already and I should have had these things, all those types of things. I had to stop holding myself back with that negative thinking. And it definitely was very much negative thinking. I guess I can't tell you, I don't know how many years I went through that. I can't count the years right now, but there definitely was at least more than 1 year. But like I said, definitely, like I said, I had to learn some things that I had to stop doing in order for me to, like I said, to focus on myself so that I could continue growing and moving forward. Instead of worrying about this person, that person, trying to how they got this, how they got that, all those types of things. The only reason why I do that, or why I would do that now, is trying to reverse order somebody's business system. Other than that, there's nothing else I need to look at. Unless they're sharing their story or that type of thing, and how they got from this point to that point. Yes, I will definitely listen. Because I heard their story. I get to hear my story and their story as well. And thank you, Jackie, and is it Prophet Mark? Thank y'all for tuning in. And Chris Abram, thank you for tuning in as well. And Eric Mendiola, I think it says, thank you. Felister, thank you. Thank y'all for tuning in today, y'all. And like I said, I hope this message touched somebody today just to let you know that you're not alone when it comes to you possibly being bitter about your life and where you're at now and why you're not further ahead or why you're not meeting your goals yet or whatever it is. Like I said, you're definitely not by yourself. I was there too many a times. But like I said, I had to learn that in order for me to grow it and to continue to move forward, I had to learn some brand new things. Otherwise, I will not be on this camera doing this today. I put it that way either. And I would not be doing all these things in business and trying to figure out the business and trying to create this YouTube channel, all these types of things. I will not be doing that today if I would not have learned something new and been trying to do something different and step out there on faith and grow my wings on the way down. I had to do that. I had no choice. I was tired of seeing the life that I was living. I'm like, okay, yes, those folks' lives, they're doing pretty well and whatever the case may be, but I'm not doing so. So I have to re-engineer my own life to figure out what in the world is going on. And why haven't I achieved the goals I said I was going to achieve 10 years ago or however long ago it was. Like I said, that's definitely something that I had to realize in order to make the changes in my life that I needed to make. And like I said, having all that faith or having a mustard seed of faith, I guess I put it that way, definitely got me through. And let me know that I can still learn something new no matter what age I am. Still learn something new and put those things either to work in my life or business if I saw fit. There's nothing wrong with that, y'all. Just know that you can still continue to grow and move forward. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And I hope and wish you much success on your journey. So like I said, y'all, I got to get out of here because I got to get ready to go. So let me know in the comments what part of this video may have spoke to you. I guess I put it that way. I definitely want to know if there's anything that stood out to you or anything else you want to hear about this topic. Like I said, let me know, y'all. So with that, I'll see y'all in the next videos. I got to go get in this car and get going. Peace out, y'all. Have a good one. And I appreciate y'all, family, for, like I said, for coming back and supporting me. Peace out, y'all. And be sure to, of course, subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell to receive all the videos that I upload from this point here on out. And as I always say, if you ain't seen those in the past, go check those out too. Peace, y'all.